The rain tapped gently against the glass walls of the busy downtown bank, a rhythm almost drowned by the constant hum of chatter, the shuffle of hurried footsteps, and the low hum of computers. It was a Monday morning, one of those days when people dragged themselves out of bed and stumbled into long queues to pay bills, deposit checks, or argue about charges. The air was filled with impatience, and at the center of it all stood the manager, arms folded across his chest, his face sharpened with arrogance as he inspected the line. Among the customers waiting, one man stood out not because of what he wore but because of how ordinary he looked. A plain shirt, slightly wrinkled, dark trousers that had lost their shine, and an umbrella that dripped water onto the floor. He looked no different than the workers, pensioners, or shopkeepers who filled the bank every day. His hair had a few streaks of gray, and though his eyes carried a depth that only comes with years of experience, the people around him dismissed him as just another customer. The man approached the counter when his turn came, his tone soft and polite. "Good morning. I'd like to inquire about opening a balance account. I want to know the rates and whether you have any offers for someone like me." The teller, a young woman new to the job, glanced nervously at the manager before responding. The manager, a tall, sharp-looking man named Harris, overheard the customer's words and smirked. With a mocking laugh that cut through the lobby noise, he said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Sir, let me save you the trouble. We don't offer special deals for small accounts. This isn't a charity. If you had a large balance, then maybe we'd talk. Otherwise, the fees alone would eat you alive." The words echoed through the bank, and several customers turned to watch. The man blinked, a slight frown forming, but he didn't respond immediately. Instead, he smiled faintly, almost sadly, before leaning slightly toward the counter. His voice was calm, measured, but filled with quiet weight. "What if I told you I'd pay you double, if you had a balance worth handling?" The manager burst into laughter, shaking his head. "Double? Sir, you don't even look like you can afford the minimum balance. Please, don't waste our time with fantasies." He leaned closer, lowering his voice but not his arrogance. "This bank deals with serious clients, not dreamers." The man straightened his posture, his eyes locking onto the manager's with a piercing clarity that suddenly made Harris shift uneasily. "Is that so?" the man said softly. "Because I happen to know this bank very well. In fact, I know its foundations, its policies, its culture, and its flaws." The lobby grew quieter. The man reached into his bag, pulling out a sleek black folder, opening it to reveal documents signed with authority. He placed them gently on the counter, the bold lettering on the first page making Harris's face drain of color. CEO, Jonathan.